protection for the front end of your Ram without sacrificing your factory bumper, this Guardian stubby front bumper will be a great choice for your 2019 or newer Ram 1500, excluding the Rebel and TRX models. Now, this is a great add-on for the Ram owner who wants an increase in utility for the front of their Ram without the hassle or work of swapping out their front bumper, especially if you enjoy the stubby front bumper appearance. Now, this also allows the addition of lighting if you want to add some tough-looking ways to add in lighting to the front of your truck while also getting other useful benefits in the meantime. This will feature a compact build that will do great at protecting a majority of the front bumper if you were to come into contact with obstacles off-road or any hazards on-road, and not only will the protection be a little bit lower, but it will have a bull bar for a bit of grille protection as well. It will also integrate cutouts on either side so you can still utilize the tow hooks in the front if you were ever to need them. Now, in the center of the bumper, this will also have two spots or two mounting spots up top and down low for a light bar. Whether you want to run both or just one, that is going to allow you to customize the appearance and improve the front end visibility, making you much more confident when driving at night, again, whether you're on or off-road. Now, in their place right now is a sporty mesh panel, which is going to add more of that finished appearance if you only want to mount up one or you're not looking to mount up any at all. Now, this is made of a durable steel construction and able to take some abuse if it does see any on or off-road hazards. Now, the chunky build also adds to the tougher look of the front and complements the factory style front bumper. Now, on top, it does have an E-coating and a black powder coat to protect the steel underneath from any rusting and corrosion, which will also add to the appearance of the bumper and match with any other HD accessories that you may already have on your Ram. Now, the best part of all is that there is no modification required with this bumper. It is completely bolt-on, and it will include locations for the factory sensors, so you don't have to sacrifice those factory functions. Now, this will come in at about $575 and is definitely one of the more affordable choices on the page while still bringing a lot to the table. Now, looking at other options, this is not going to fully replace the front bumper like others would, which is going to keep it lighter on the wallet. Now, it's still going to offer some good protection and function to the front of your Ram that you would want in a heavy-duty front bumper though. Now, it also will benefit in the additional light mounting options, allowing you to customize without being locked into a specific combo kit of lighting and a front bumper, making it a great choice to consider for your Ram if those are the qualities that you're looking for. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and probably take you about an hour or so to get this installed. Now, at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get this onto your Ram at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact, 3/8 ratchet, 1/4 inch ratchet, clip removal tool, a couple different sizes 3/8 extensions, 3/8 swivel, 18 swivel, 16, 13, and 8mm socket, 4mm Allen socket, 13mm wrench, and scissors. All right, today we're gonna be installing a front bumper on our Ram, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is remove our front panel and our grille here. As you can see, we do have our vehicle on the lift. You can do this on the ground. We just have it on the lift to make it a little bit easier. But we're gonna go up behind the bumper and remove a bunch of push clips so we can get this grille piece out. Now we're gonna grab our clip removal tool and take all of our push clips out of the bottom of the trim piece. Now you're not gonna be able to see them all. They are in a tight space, but there are 9 in total. We're just gonna take our tool and pull them out. All right, you just keep going and take the rest of them out. This next part for the grille is, you're not gonna be able to see it on camera, but across the top of the trim piece here, there are 9 studs with 8mm nuts holding them on. You're gonna grab your ratchet and 8mm socket. Now you just wanna loosen up the nut on it. You don't need to remove it all the way. Once you loosen it up, you can just pull it out. and it'll just slide out of a groove that's in there, just like so. So you just want to remove all 9 of them across. Now we can just take our grill out from the front of the bumper. Now we're going to work on the back side of the bumper on our passenger side. So we're going to remove these 2 bolts here with our impact and 13mm socket. Now we're going to grab our small bolt plate, our 8mm one, and we're going to go through this top hole here. We have our plastic retainer that we're going to thread on. You can thread it on or push it on, doesn't matter. Next, you just want to grab your bracket. You're going to make sure you have the right one. The longer side will go towards the inside, towards the grill. We'll have our 3 bolt plates here. So we can just rest that over the stud that we just put on. And then we're going to reinstall our 2 13mm bolts that we took out. Thread them in, and then over our stud that we put in, we're going to do flat washer, lock washer, and then our nut. We can just thread that on for now. As you see, we do have a lot of adjustment, so we'll come back, adjust, and then tighten later. Now we're going to come back to our front body mount bolt right here. We're going to grab our impact and a swivel 18mm socket. We're just going to loosen that up. Don't make sure you don't take it out completely. We're going to get our bracket, so this end will slide over to that bolt that we just loosened. That's going to go like that, and then this will go to the bracket we just installed. Just let that rest there for right now. We're going to get our 8mm bolt with a flat washer and put that through our new bracket and the one that we already installed. And then do another flat washer, lock washer, and then our nut. On the back side, we're going to do our flat washer, and then a lock washer, and then our nut. We're just going to leave this one loose, but we are going to tighten our body mount back down. All right, just push the bracket all the way forward, grab your impact and 18mm swivel, and tighten that down. Next, we need to put on our bracket that's going to come through our bumper. Just want to make sure you pick the right one so that it sits flat on the other brackets that we installed. So we're going to have our bolt plate come through and then put our bracket over our bolt plate. And on the other side, we're going to do 2 flat washers. And then 2 lock washers. And then 2 of our nuts. Once again, we're just going to leave this loose for adjustment. But once you get this loosely installed, you can go ahead and repeat all the same steps for all the other brackets on the other side. Now, before we can install our new bumper, we just need to assemble a few things. We have our top mesh grill, which we need to install with our 2 brackets on either side. I'm sorry, 1 bracket on either side. So we're going to put our grill into place. You'll see that it is slightly curved at the top. There's a slight curve at the top. You just want to match that up. So we're going to slide our grill into place. Push it down and line it up. And get our brackets. Longer side will go against the mesh, shorter side against the bumper. We're going to get our hardware. So we have our chrome hardware, our bolt with our flat washer. We're going to do another flat washer, lock washer, and nut. And it is the same stack up for all the bolts. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, we're just going to grab our ratchet and 13mm wrench and tighten them down. Do the same thing on the other side. The next thing that we need to do is put our protective trim on. So our trim's gonna go on these outer lower pieces here. It's gonna go across this middle section and then back around the outer lower section here. So we're gonna start down here at the bottom. It just pushes on, it's nice and simple. You just gotta work your way around. Now when you get to this section here, you can either cut it with a pair of scissors if you want, or you can just continue working the way around. That's just personal preference. All right, and when you do get to the end here, you just cut off the extra. Last thing to do is deal with our parking sensor holes right here. Since our front bumper does not have front parking sensors, we're just gonna install our plugs. They just snap into place, like so. And now we can get our bumper installed onto the truck. Before we get our bumper installed, we're just gonna talk about the hardware because we are gonna need a buddy to help us get this up. So the bumper is going to go up over our two brackets that are here. They're going to go on the outside of these two brackets. Then we're going to put our bolt plates through like so. And then on the inside of the bumper, we have a flat washer, a lock washer, and then our nut on both of these. As you can see, that was a little bit difficult to get that on, getting the bolt plates into place. If you need to, you can loosen up the other bolt plates that we took off, take the nuts off and take those bolt plates out so that you can get a little bit more reach and pull the bumper out a little bit more. But it's just personal preference of how you want to get this installed. But now we have all of our bolt plates in there and all of our nuts on. We're just going to adjust this into place and start tightening everything up. All right, now we're on our back side of our bumper and we're going to start tightening down our brackets. So we have everything adjusted into place. If you need to, you can have your buddy just kind of hold it in place while you tighten everything down. But we're going to start with our 4 13mm bolts. We have the 3 here and then our 1 here. So we're going to grab our impact and 13mm socket, and then we'll need a 13mm wrench for this one. And then our last one here with a wrench on the back side. All right, so we're gonna grab our impact, short extension, and our deep 16mm socket. We're gonna tighten our 2 back nuts here. All right, then you can go ahead and tighten everything up on the driver's side. And then now we're gonna come to the front and tighten our 4 nuts that are in the front. Then we're gonna come on the inside to the front and tighten our 2 nuts on the front for our front bolt plate. So we're gonna grab our impact, a short extension, a swivel, and our deep 16mm socket and tighten them down. Once you have this side tightened, you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Last thing we need to do is put on our grill cover. So you will see the exposed part on the back side. So let's make sure you have it facing correctly. We're gonna have our assembled Allen bolts already with our washers and lock washers on there. Just gonna thread them in to the nutserts that are already installed on the bumper. And we're going to grab our ratchet with our 4mm Allen socket and tighten them all down. And that wraps up our install of our Guardian stubby front bumper for a 2019 and newer Ram 1500, excluding the Rebel and TRX. And remember, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.